What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Warframe video. As you can see, my mouth doesn't move because my Quest 2 is f***ed up. But anyway, I bring you guys 5 weapons that we all forgot about. So let's go with the video. So if we check out the 2020 year review, we can find information that tells us the most used and the least used weapons in the game. So for 2020, I checked out the primary weapons in all systems, so PC, PlayStation, Xbox. And I kind of wanted to scroll down all the way down to the least used weapons. But keep in mind, weapons like the Boltor, for example, these are weapons that you get pretty early on, so new players will use that for quite a bit. So it makes sense that it's up there. So we have to kind of single out the right ones. Not the kid guns and not the new guns that people didn't have enough time to use. But I grabbed a handful of those guns, and I kind of want to talk about them and make a build worth using. So at number 5 we have the Hema. As to why this weapon is not very used that often, my guess is because of how stupid it is to get it in the clan. But yeah, definitely go for a lot of status damage, status chance, and this gun is one of the few that can actually go viral and corrosive at the same time. So with just stacking up those status effects and some damage, it's not bad. I mean, versus a level 150 corrupted gunner, it does some damage. Low, just very low base damage, but you can proc a lot of status effects with it. Up next, you got the Argonaut. It's definitely a rifle you don't see very often because it's just not that good. However, if we use that Amalgam Argonaut Metal Auger mod, we'll get punch through and we'll be able to see enemies through walls. The amount of punch through, the more punch through you have, the more it will go through walls. So it kind of just helps out with seeing enemies through walls. Kind of like the Zenith, but just a bit crappier. Which is why no one uses this, because the Zenith is actually a bit better. And it works better, and it's just about as cool in appearance as well. As far as mods go ahead and go with some status, some status duration, some zoom just for aesthetics, making it look like a sniper. And that's kind of it, you guys pick the rest. I would recommend using this gun if you are only trying to kill enemies in the star chart, not the steel path. Or the sortie, just normal star chart levels, because that's where it'll kind of cap out and do okay. Other than that, don't use this gun, please don't. It looks cool, but don't use it. Okay, so I gotta say, the Buzzlock is just complete trash, man. I tried coming up with a build for this, and this is what I've got, okay? So, use the arrow periphery mods. Basically, you stack 2 of them or all 3, and if you shoot enemies, they'll fall asleep for 6 seconds. Up to 5 enemies. So that's what we're going for. We're going to make them fall asleep, and we're going to maximize our status with radiation and viral, and just make the gun silent because you're not going to do any damage anyway. And we're going to just hit them with the Parisist right afterwards. So this build will cost 2 things. 1, they'll either fall asleep and then you can kill them right afterwards, or 2, they'll just shoot each other because of the radiation effects. Just keep in mind though, they're falling asleep with those mods is not exactly the falling asleep you do with like Equinox. So they're not open up for finishers, they're just asleep. It's kind of crappy, but that's how it works. Alright, second to last, the paper cut machine or the Convectrix. This one definitely is a weird gun, you don't see it very often. So we'll give it efficient beams to give it an extra 150% status chance, which will give us 112% status. Plus our, little bonus mods over there. You just want damage, some crit, and I put some hunter munitions in there just so that when we do crit, we do proc another slash. Giving it the name of the paper cut machine because of how many slash procs you'll be able to add to the enemy. Like, it's going to be a crazy amount of slash procs. And obviously you can make this a lot better too with more mods and some formas. And last, and definitely the least used weapon of all 2020, you got the Parisist. Now for this build, I'm not going to form this piece of shit 5 to 7 times to make it decent. So I went with a more of a utility-based approach to this gun, because I really did not want to upgrade this thing. So I went with a lot of status and cold. We're going to basically slow down enemies, and apparently when you grapple them with your pull secondary fire, when you pull them, it actually opens them up for ground finishers. I guess it's just a thing that happens when enemies are on the floor. But you can put them on the ground and then use your dagger with a good amount of finisher damage and just go ahead and one-shot the target. So I'd rather do that, shoot the enemy, slow them down, pull them, and then execute. Much faster than, leveling this piece of shit up. Alright, that is all I have for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe. Let me know that in the comments down below if you really think these are 5 of the least used weapons over there in Warframe. If you could think of a better one. I'm not counting the variants like, let's say, the Snipetron, because there's the Snipetron Vandal or whatever, or the Karak, Kuva. I'm not counting the original ones, I'm just counting the ones that don't have a prime or a different variant that are just not used at all. So if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know that in the comments down below, and I'll see you all in the next video.